Bridge Course session for JEE Advanced 2027 aspirants. That's date 26 for you, 10th of May 2025. I hope you are ready to take certain challenges in this last day. I hope that I am visible and I'm audible to each and every one of you. If yes, give a thumbs up. Let's start this session, everyone. Yes, good evening, good afternoon, and so on. So today we are going to be continuing our discussion on units and dimensions. Yesterday we completed units, and today, the last day, we are going to be knowing about dimension analysis. Before that, we need to know what dimensions are, which we already discussed in the final moments of previous lecture session, if you can recall. So let's get started for today, everyone. So as you can see that the application part of dimension analysis is very, very important over here to convert a physical quantity from one system to the other. So in the previous class, if you can recall, we already discussed about the conversion of one system of unit to the other, isn't it? So that's what we are trying to continue over here. So you can say that a physical quantity from one system, that's what it's being said over here, from one system of units to the other. This is based on the fact that magnitude of a physical quantity remains the same. That's what we discussed in the previous class. Conversion of one system of unit to the other. The magnitude has to be remaining the same. Henceforth, we are going to be getting the equation which is N1U1 is equivalent to N2U2. Where N1 used to be the numerical value in system 1, isn't it? U1 was associated with the system of unit in system 1. N2 is the numerical value in system 2, and U2 used to be the unit of system 2. And we solved a question, we converted 1 Newton into dynes, isn't it? Urge into joules. And there are some more questions which we are going to be solving it for today. So you can see that same whatever system is used for measurement. That's what the equation is being stated over here. So if a quantity is represented by, so now the dimension analysis is going to be following this principle of conversion of system of units itself. So which we can write it down over here, it will be as M2 L to the power B TC. Let's say if you are having any physical quantity, any arbitrary physical quantity we are trying to say over here, isn't it, everyone? I hope it's clear, you are getting it what I am trying to say over here, isn't it? So you can write it down over here, this one as N2 is equals to N1 into U1 by U2. You know that after cross multiplication I will be getting this expression. That is going to be N1 M1 by M2, the ratios of the dimensions associated in the dimensional formula of that physical quantity, isn't it? So the ratio of the mass term, length term, and the time term. So based upon this, you can perform the dimension analysis. I will be showing you with certain examples over here. Okay, don't worry about it. So you can see that N2 is the numerical value in system number 2, which we have already discussed in the previous class, isn't it? And N1 is the numerical value in system 1, isn't it? M1 is the unit of mass in system 1. M2 is going to be the unit of mass in second system. L1 is going to be the unit of length in system 1. L2 is going to be the unit of length in second system. T1 is going to be the unit of time in system 1. And T2 is going to be the value of time in system 2. So that's what is going to be the difference in between these expressions over here. Okay, I hope it's clear. If yes, let's proceed, because these are just the theory portions which we have to do before we try to understand the real context of dimensional analysis. Okay. Yes. Anyone, if anyone is having any question, they can ask me that question. Else they can give me a thumbs up and hit the like button. And let's proceed to the next context. So now another thing which I will be saying over here is going to be, you can see over here that it's being given that dimensions of differential coefficients. Means we have already discussed about differentiation integration. Sometimes they usually ask what is the dimensional formula associated with integration and differentiation. In those cases, what you are supposed to do. So this is, you can see that in general dny by dxn, this is the nth derivative, I will say. We are having any nth derivative. It can be first, it can be second, it can be third, it can be fourth, and so on. It's going to be written as the dimensional formula is going to be y by x to the power n. Similarly, if I try to perform integration of y dx, then yx is going to be the dimensional formula. So these are what, everyone, I'm just trying to say, just try to focus here. So we are just trying to mention the dimensional formula associated with differentiation and integration. Over here, y by x to the power n denotes the dimensional formula for nth order derivative, isn't it? And similarly, last but not the least, you can consider yx to be as the dimensional formula for integration. So you can write this thing down, everyone. Dimensional formula. So I hope it's clear, everyone. Dimensional formula. Right, isn't it? So now let's try to understand what is actually dimension analysis with real life examples. That will be really interesting to know what do we actually understand by dimension analysis. We really need to know the exact significance of the dimension analysis. So let's try to find it out over here. So now we will start with a question over here. It is based upon the conversion of units. Yesterday, before we know dimension analysis with these questions, whatever we are having, let's try to know the conversion of one system of unit to the other with another problem. It's a previous year JEE main question, the one which you are able to see it over here. I want you all to give me the answer to the question. So you can read the question over here. The density of a material in CGS system of units is 4 gram per centimeter cube, isn't it? That's your CGS representation you are able to see. This is my CGS representation, isn't it? So in another system, so they are saying that it's an arbitrary system of units in which unit of length is 10 centimeters, unit of mass is 100 grams, and the value of density of material is going to be what? So that's what the question is over here. So I want you all to solve this question and mention it over there in the give list of options, everyone. I hope it's clear. If yes, let's get started with this question. So there are two systems over here. We are having system 1 to be the CGS, isn't it? This is your CGS, and system 2 is an arbitrary unit. So first of all, we need to write down the values of everything, isn't it? So what we can do, we need to write down the values of N1, U1, N2, U2 accordingly, isn't it? So what are we going to do over here? What are the values of N1? So can you write down the value of N1? N1 is equal to 4 and U1 in this question is 4 gram per centimeter cube, isn't it? So you can write it down over here, it as gram per centimeter cube. Okay. So you need to find out the value in N2. N2 needs to be found. And what is U2 over here? U2 is being given as, you can see, you know that what is density's formula? Density is mass per unit volume. That's what the unit is being given, gram per centimeter cube, isn't it? That's the SI unit of density itself. So in this case, they have given you the analogous value over here, which is 10 centimeter is the associated length and 100 grams is the associated mass. So I will write down U2 as 100 grams, isn't it? Divided by, isn't it? 10 centimeter whole cube. I hope it's clear, the value of U2, whatever I'm writing it down. I hope it's clear. If yes, give a thumbs up, hit the like button, and let's try to proceed, because this final session of ours should be really interactive in nature, isn't it? So I hope you all are getting what I'm trying to say, how I'm writing down U2 to be as 100 grams by 10 centimeter whole cube, isn't it? So based upon this, okay, Sanjana, I think so, let's see, 0.4, correct, let's see, let's try to see. Okay, so what you are getting. So write down the answers, everyone, over there in the chat box. Don't try to chat anything unnecessary over here. So now what we have to do, we need to apply the formula, which is N1 U1 is equals to N2 into U2. So what is N1 over here? That is 4 gram per centimeter cube. That is going to be equal to N2. We need to find out this value of N2. Hunt down the value of N2 over here. That's the numerical value in the arbitrary system, which they have asked in the question. And what is the value of U2 over here? That is 100 grams to that of 10 to the power 3 centimeter per cube. Right, isn't it, everyone? So what will happen? This gram per centimeter cube will be getting cancelled out, isn't it? Yes or no? Those who are able to see that how we are cancelling these terms, they can give a thumbs up. So what I will be left behind with? We are going to be left behind with N2, the value of N2, okay. I'll write it down with some different color. So what I will be getting, N2 is going to be equivalent to N2 is going to be equivalent to 4 into 10 to the power 3 by 10 square, isn't it? 100 can be written as 10 square. So what will be the answer? Write it down over there in the chat box. So 4 into 10 to the power 3 minus of 2, isn't it? Kya aa jayega? That is 4 into 10, isn't it? That's what I will be getting. So that should be 40, right, isn't it? It should be 40 apart from 0.4. How you all are getting it as 0.4? Check the answer, everyone. Is it 0.4 or 40? This is 10 to the power 3 which we are having it. We are just cross multiplying it. This is going to be 10 square. It should be 40, right? So how can you say it to be as your 0.4? Check the calculations, everyone. Don't just try to write down anything. 0.4 or 3. 100 grams by 10 to the power 3 gram per centimeter cube will be getting cancelled out. N2 we need to find out. N2 will be equal to 4 into 10 cube by 100, isn't it? 100 can be written as 10 square. This will be coming to the top in the numerator section. 3 minus 2, 1. So 4 into 10, 40 will be right the answer, right? Isn't it? Okay, fine. ठीक है, चलो 40 आना चाहिए आंसर. तो देख लीजिए कैलकुलेशन फिर से. Try to check the calculation once. So that's how you can convert the units accordingly. I hope everyone's getting it as 40. Yagnashri, check the calculation once again. Isn't it? It's not option 4th, it's option 3rd. Right? Do the correction, check the calculation once again. I am waiting for you for 15 seconds, 15-20 seconds. Okay, then we can proceed to the next question. Next question, that will be the real life application of dimension analysis. Okay, fine. Everyone got 40, so give a thumbs up, hit the like button. Let's proceed to the next question, everyone. So now comes this question over here, the question which is based upon dimensional formula. A question which is based upon dimensional formula. What is required to be done in this type of situations? We need to find out, isn't it, everyone? So you can see that if the dimensions of a physical quantity are being given as m to the power a, isn't it? And this is this a should not be there. Okay, so I will write down once again the actual question. This question is being listed as like this. So you can say that this is m to the power a, l to the power b, t to the power c. That's what the actual statement is. Then the physical quantity will be what? You need to find out the dimensions of a, b and c. Means you need to find out the dimensions for all of these. So actually this will prove out to be a very interesting question, isn't it? So you can find out the dimensional formula of force, pressure, velocity and acceleration and check whether the dimensions are proving out to be correct or not. So let's try to find it out, isn't it? So first of all, let's try to investigate for force. I will do it in the next page, next slide itself. So force is, you know that yesterday itself we did the calculation, right? Force is mass. In order to find out the dimensional formula, see, I will write down one interesting point over here. So you can note this thing down as a form of a note. So you can say that this is a very important note, everyone. So in order to find the dimensional formula, in order to find the dimensional formula, the formula of the physical quantity, the formula associated with the physical quantity should be known. Associated with the physical quantity should be known to us, isn't it? We need to know this. So that's why I said already in the final moments of yesterday's lecture session that there is no need to recall, there is no need to remember. Yes, very good, people are giving me the answer, that's really great. Okay, so there is no need to remember the dimensional formula of all the derived quantities which have been listed in your JEE Main and Advanced Physics curriculum. As the curriculum will be progressing, gradually you all will be learning all the dimensional formulas on their own itself, because I myself do not remember the dimensional formula of all the derived quantities. I know the formulas, I know the equations, I know how to derive it, and I will mention you the method how to derive it. Okay, so I think so second answer is the correct answer. So everyone's getting second answer, that's really great. Okay, so now we'll start with force. You know that force is going to be equivalent to mass into acceleration, isn't it? And you know that this is how you can write down acceleration is velocity by time, isn't it? What is the dimensional formula of velocity? LT minus 1 by time. So I will be getting, yesterday itself we did MLT minus 2, M1 L1 t to the power minus 2. That means A is 1, B is 1, C is minus 2. This is what I will be getting for force. Are we getting? No, isn't it? We are not getting. So that means this is incorrect. This is incorrect, everyone. If yes, give a thumbs up. Now let's try to investigate for pressure. The next is going to be that of pressure. So how to derive for pressure? Pressure is, you know that, thrust per unit area. Everyone knows what thrust means. Thrust is the perpendicular force which is applied on the plane of any surface, isn't it? So you can write down thrust is actually force itself. So that is force per unit area. The dimensional formula of force which we have obtained it over here, that is m1 L1 t to the power minus 2. Area, you know that is 2 times square of the length, isn't it? That's square of the length. I hope everyone's getting. Area is L square and volume is L cube. Like this you need to think about it. So based upon this, if I write down the dimensional formula of pressure, so that is going to be equivalent to m1 L to the power 1 minus 2 t to the power minus 2. So I will be getting the dimensional formula, the dimensional equation of pressure can be written as m1 L minus 1 t to the power minus 2. I hope you are getting this. So A in this case is 1, B is equals to minus 1, isn't it? B is equivalent to minus 1, we are getting it over here. So that's why you should be knowing the formula, nothing else. There is no need to recall the dimensional formulas of each and every quantities. Okay, so now you can see over here that A is 1, B is minus 1 and C is equals to minus 2. Yes, it's matching, right? You can see that this is matching with the second option, so that's correct. Second option is correct. Most of the students, let's say 90% of students got this answer correctly. So they can give a thumbs up, those who got the answer correctly, and hit the like button as well. So let's move to the velocity. Velocity we already know. If I try to find it for velocity, because if you don't know velocity, then how are you supposed to derive the dimensional formula associated with the acceleration, isn't it? So it's going to be for velocity, you can write down with green, I will write it down. So you know that is displacement by time, isn't it? So what's going to be the displacement over here in this context? So that's going to be equivalent to L, isn't it, to that of T. So these are the dimensional formulas associated with displacement and time. So this is going to be Lt to the power minus 1, isn't it? So m0 L1 t to the power minus 1 will be the dimensional formula for velocity. Over here what we are having, A is 0, B is 1, isn't it? We are getting the value of B as 1, isn't it? B we are getting it as 1, everyone. And C we are getting it as minus of 1. Is it matching? A1, B0, C minus 1. Incorrect. Once again we are getting this to be as incorrect, isn't it? Now what we are having, that is for the acceleration, the last one. So without acceleration, once again you should not be knowing about how to find it for force, isn't it? So for acceleration you can write down over here the last one, that's your acceleration. Let's try to write it down with different color. So let's say for acceleration in blue I will say. So once again acceleration is velocity per unit by time. We have already discussed about all these terms, if you can recall. Velocity, acceleration, we discussed everything while teaching graphs and differentiation, isn't it? So you can recall these. I believe that you all recall these, right? About acceleration, about velocity, isn't it? So now velocity over here is what you can say, that is Lt to the power minus 1, isn't it? You can write down the dimensional formula like this. To that of time, time can be written like this. So based upon this, this is going to be equivalent to m0. Nothing is present associated with mass L1 t to the power minus 2, isn't it? This will become minus of 2. So what we are having, A as 0, B as 1 and C as minus of 2. That's what we are having, isn't it? So I believe that, okay, minus of 2, I will write it down like this. I hope everyone's getting this, C as minus of 2. So let's see, are we getting A1, B1, C minus 2? Wrong. So that's why option 2 is the correct answer amongst our give list of options. Those who got the answer, then give a thumbs up, hit the like button, and let's proceed to the next question. If you're having any question, you can ask it over there in the chat box. Let's see who will be asking questions accordingly. Okay, so let's proceed to the next question. Whether you're able to understand dimension analysis or not, we'll try to find it out. Now comes a very important, interesting question over here. You can see that if force, velocity and time are taken as fundamental units, then what is the dimension of mass? So now what this question is all about? This question is all about finding out the dimensions of one physical quantity from the given physical quantity. In other words, they are asking you to derive a formula. They're asking you to derive an equation, derive a formula of unknown parameters. Okay, so you need to, what they're asking this question, they're asking us to find a formula, a physics formula I will say, of mass in terms of, you can write down, in terms of force, isn't it? In terms of force, velocity and time. That's what they are giving us in this context. Okay, so are you ready to derive the formula? See, most of the people are already writing down the answer. That's really great that you are giving this in 5 seconds. But I believe that I haven't taught this. How did you solve this? That's the most important question. So what we have to do, so now there is a process, there is a method. This type of questions are asked in JEE Advanced as well. This type of questions you will be getting in JEE Advanced as well. I can recall in 2023, they asked the very first question like this. So you need to find out the dimensional formula of one parameter where 3 physical quantities are going to be given. Okay, so what needs to be done? You can write down that the first step is, you write down that dimension of mass, isn't it? Because what they're asking in the question, we need to find out the dimensions of mass in this either of the expressions. Okay, so dimension of mass is going to be directly proportional to force to the power of A, isn't it? Like this we will write it down, into velocity to the power of B multiplied by time to the power of C. Like this is going to be the first step associated. Now, what needs to be done? Mass cannot be deduced furthermore. You know that mass itself is a fundamental quantity, isn't it? So now what should be the next process? The next process over here is going to be, you need to deduce force velocity to its dimensional formula. So for that, what is required to be done? You can write down, so this is going to be, it's directly proportional, right? So you can associate it with some constant K, where K is a constant over here. Force means you write it down in the previous context itself, we derived it, right? That is MLT minus 2 over here, if you're able to see. For force it is MLT minus of 2. So let's try to write it down, it as MLT minus 2, isn't it? What we are going to get, everyone? MLT minus of 2 to the power of A multiplied by velocity. What is the dimensional formula of velocity? That is LT to the power minus 1. This is also, we derived it a few moments back, isn't it? A few moments earlier, isn't it? Over here, see. The dimensional formula of velocity also, we deduced it in this case, M, that is LT to the power minus 1 to the power B. And time, you know that once again it's a fundamental quantity, so you cannot deduce it furthermore. So I hope this step is clear. If yes, give a thumbs up, everyone. I hope everyone's understanding this. Okay, so now what needs to be done is, you need to write it down furthermore by incorporating the powers within the squarical brackets, and you know the significance of this squarical brackets over here, isn't it? So this is going to be equivalent to K, M to the power A, L to the power A, T to the power minus 2A, isn't it? Bringing powers, incorporating powers, everyone, into L to the power, this is a thin dot itself, everyone. Don't get confused that I am trying to perform dot product, okay? These are thin dots. I am just multiplying this. This is going to become L to the power B, T to the power minus B into T to the power C. I hope it's clear. The next step, now we need to rearrange the powers in such a way that mass, length and time should be arranged all together. So what we have to do, so this can be written as M is going to be equivalent to K. You can write it down it as M to the power A itself, isn't it? That's it. Nothing else is there. I can write it down it as M to the power A multiplied by, now you are able to see that L to the power A is over there. It can be multiplied with L to the power B. So as a result, I will be getting L to the power A plus B multiplied by the same thing will be happening in the context of time as well, isn't it? Yes, I think so. Right answer itself, we need to find it out, Shrikar. So T to the power minus 2A minus B plus C, isn't it? I hope it's clear. The powers which I am writing it down over here, if yes, give a thumbs up. You know how to rearrange the powers, isn't it? So now on the LHS, and the LHS, what is it all about? We are having only the dimensional formula of mass. So if I try to write down the complete dimensional formula of mass, can I write it down it as m to the power 1, L to the power 0, T to the power 0, because you know that L to the power 0 will be 1 and T to the power 0 will be 1 itself, isn't it? So now we need to equate the powers on the LHS associated with MLT and to the RHS associated with MLT. So let's try to equate them, everyone. So we will try to form some equations. We will try to form out some equations. The first equation, you can see that A is equal to 1. If I equate mass, I will say that equating mass terms on LHS and RHS, I will be getting A is equal to 1. I hope it's clear. Similarly, we are not having any dimension associated with length on the LHS. So what I will be getting, A plus B will be equivalent to 0. I hope everyone's getting A plus B is equal to 0. This is equation 1. This is equation 2. If I put A is equal to 1 over here in this equation, what I will be getting? Can I write it down over here as 1 plus B, isn't it? So the equation is going to become 1 plus B is equal to 0. I will be getting the value of B as minus of 1. I am getting A as 1 as equation 1, let's say. And if I am putting the value of A in equation number 2, I am getting the value of B as minus of 1, which I can mark it as equation number 2. Now the third equation, once again we are not having any dimension associated with time on the LHS, isn't it? It's T to the power 0 in the LHS itself, isn't it? So you can equate this as minus of 2A minus of B, isn't it, plus C, isn't it? That is going to be equivalent to 0. So let's try to find out the value of C. We can mark this as equation 3. C is going to be 2A plus B. So what will be the value of C? The value of A is 1 and B over here is minus of 1, isn't it? So that is going to be 2 minus 1. I will be getting the value of C as 1. So what are the three values which I am getting? What are the dimensions of force, velocity and time? So you can see that A is going to be equivalent to 1, which I obtained it from equation number 1 itself, isn't it? B over here, after incorporating the value of A in equation 2, I am getting it as minus of 1. And what is the value of C? C is 1 itself. So A is 1, B is minus 1 and C is 1. So based upon this equation, so what we can write it down? So M was, you can say, was directly proportional to F to the power क्या हो जाएगा? F to the power 1, isn't it? V to the power minus of 1 and what else? T to the power 1. So which option is the correct one? Fe minus 1, isn't it? T to the power 1. So it matches with option number 4 amongst our given list of options. So I hope you are getting it as equation 4, right? F1, V to the power minus 1, T to the power 1. Those who got the answer to be option 4, they can give a thumbs up, hit the like button. Are you getting it as 4? Okay, great. Give a thumbs up, everyone. Those who are getting 4 over here, Fe to the power minus 1, T to the power 1, right? I hope everyone's getting this thing. So this is how deriving a formula from 3 unknown physical quantities, okay, can be done. This is the process. That's how you can do it while assigning this thing. This is nothing but a constant. The one which I got it over here, this is nothing but a constant and it has nothing to do with the dimensional formula. Okay, so you can just try to proceed by using this type of method over here. Okay, everyone, if yes, give a thumbs up, hit the like button. Let's proceed to the another question, everyone. So now comes, this is another question. Let's see who will be able to solve. I am giving you 1 minute to solve. Let's see. If energy, velocity and time are chosen as fundamental quantities, what is the dimensional formula of surface tension? Okay, I will give you one hint over here. Now you must be thinking that, sir, what's this surface tension is all about, isn't it? So this surface tension is force per unit length, which you are going to be studying in the chapter named as properties of fluids in hydrostatics and hydrodynamics, means fluid mechanics in other words, I will say. Okay, what surface tension? You can say the formula of surface tension is, if I say that, what is surface tension? If you are going to be asked this question, you can say that surface tension is force per unit length. This is your hint. Okay, that is force per unit length. This is I am giving you in the form of a hint over here. So based upon this, can you derive a formula associated with surface tension, energy, velocity and time? If yes, give a thumbs up. Let's give a try, everyone. What do you think? who will be getting the answer? Fourth. Okay, Sukanya is giving fourth. Let's see what about the others. So now what we have to do? So what we have to do over here, just try to pay attention over here in this question. That now what we are going to be doing is over here is surface tension is force per unit length. So I will write it down like this. Right. What will be the dimensional formula of surface tension? That is mLT minus 2. You know that is the dimensional formula of force. Length is what, everyone? L. So what will be happening in this case? So you can say that length will be cancelled out. I will be getting the dimensional formula for surface tension as mt to the power minus 2. I hope you are getting mt to the power minus 2. If yes, give a thumbs up, isn't it? So now based upon this, what we can write it down, a formula I can obtain, that is mt to the power minus of 2, isn't it? We are going to be getting it as what, everyone? Mt to the power minus of 2 is going to be equivalent to what I can say, some constant k, energy to the power of A, let's say, multiplied by velocity to the power B, isn't it? Multiplied by time to the power C. I hope it's clear, everyone. The way I am writing this thing down, mt to the power minus 2 is equal to k to the power A into b to the power B into time to the power C. So now what needs to be done? You can just try to deduce energy and velocity, because you are able to see that time itself is a fundamental physical quantity, isn't it? So E, energy and velocity are the derived quantities. So what we will write it down over here as mt to the power minus 2, isn't it, is going to be equivalent to K. What is the dimensional formula of energy, everyone? Write it down over there in the chat box. What is the dimensional formula of energy of work done? What do you think? That's going to be ml squared t minus 2 to the power A. Velocity, we know that is lt to the power minus 1 b into t to the power c. Are you getting this, everyone? If yes, give a thumbs up. So now what we have to do, someone is getting option 2, someone's getting option 4. Let's try to find it out. Which one do you think will be the right one? So the next process, the next step is going to be, you can write it down like this. Mt to the power minus 2, which is the dimensional formula for surface tension, isn't it, is going to be equivalent to K. So you can write it down. K, forget K right now, but you can incorporate this A, everyone. Right, m to the power A, L to the power 2A, isn't it, T to the power minus 2A. Isn't it? Incorporating the powers. Over here I will be having L to the power B, T to the power minus B over here, isn't it? Multiplied by T to the power C. Isn't it? That's what they said, energy, velocity and time. So now rearranging the powers and trying to obtain certain expressions of M, L and T. What are we supposed to get over here? Let's try to find it out. So that is going to be mt to the power minus 2, isn't it? That is going to be equivalent to K m to the power A. No other terms associated with mass term, isn't it? No other dimensions associated with mass. This is going to be equivalent to, you can write it down like this, into, isn't it? I hope you all are getting this. If yes, give a thumbs up. Let's try to solve this. M to the power A, like this, isn't it? This can be written as L to the power 2A plus B. That's what we will write it down, isn't it? And finally for time, there are so many dimensions associated with time, so it's going to be minus 2A minus B plus C. So are you getting this, everyone? If yes, give a thumbs up. So now you know that in this case, if I just equate the values of mass, length and time, equating MLT, the powers of MLT to be more specific, isn't it? What we are equating, everyone? Equating the powers, isn't it? The powers of M, L and T, what are we going to get? So they are going to be, you can see that A is equal to 1 if I equate it for mass, isn't it? If I equate it for length, what I will be getting? There is no term associated with length. That means the dimension of length associated with surface tension is going to be 0, isn't it? So what we are going to be getting? So you can say that 2A plus B is equal to 0. And A is equal to 1, so I can say that B is equal to minus of 2A. So that is going to be minus 2 into 1, isn't it? If I put the value of A as 1, so B will be equivalent to minus 2. A is 1 we are getting and the value of B as minus 2. I hope you are getting these dimensions of A as 1 and B as minus 2. Those who are getting, they can give a thumbs up and hit the like button, everyone. Now the next thing is which we are going to be doing is finding out the equating it for time. So this is what I got it after equating it for length, isn't it? This is what I got after equating for length. Okay, same colors should be used, right, isn't it? This is for length, everyone. And for time, what we are going to do, let's try to equate it for time over here to the right section of this blackboard. So you can see that minus 2a minus b plus c is going to be equivalent to minus 2 because we are having the dimension associated with the time term associated with surface tension to be minus of 2, isn't it? So what we are going to do, you put the, we need to calculate c. C will be minus 2a plus 2a plus b. So that is going to be minus 2. The value of a is 1. So 2 into 1 and b is minus of 2. So what I will be getting, c is going to be minus 2. 2 minus 2 will be 0. C is minus of 2. So are you getting the value of c as minus 2? If yes, give a thumbs up. So now what we are going to do, we have to write down the final expression over here, isn't it? So you can see that based upon this expression. So surface tension is going to be some constant k, energy to the power. What is the value of a over here? We were getting the value of a as 1. Write down e to the power 1. B is minus of 2. So I will write down velocity to the power minus of 2 multiplied by time, isn't it? And what is the value of c? That is minus of 2. So which of the option is correct, everyone? EB to the power minus 2, T to the power minus 2. Which option is it? Option 2. I hope you all are getting option 2 itself, isn't it? The college will be opening in the next week. Today is the last day, right, Kiran Sai? Yes, 2. I hope everyone's getting option 2. If yes, give a thumbs up. Then I will be giving you another question based upon this. Okay. Hit the like button. Give a thumbs up, everyone. College will be opening in the next week. You know that in the next week we are having, today is going to be the last session of this bridge course, isn't it? So that's why you should be paying attention. Okay. Yes, exactly. This is going to be the last day for today. Okay, so we'll be discussing some more things over here. Okay, so let's get started. So let's try to understand some more questions. I will be giving some more questions. I hope this question is clear. So write down that if Planck's constant, write down this question. This is a JEE advanced question. Let's see who will be able to find this thing out. Planck's constant, universal gravitational constant. Universal gravitational constant. Write down this question, which is known as capital G in Newton's law of gravitation. And let's say the third term which I will be saying, that's going to be speed of light. C are chosen as the fundamental units Find the dimensional formula of time. So what you have to do? So you need to find out the dimensional formula of time. Can you solve this question? Spelling is wrong, Venkateshwara Naidu. Climate and weather. Weather, the spelling is wrong. Okay, so I hope it's clear, everyone. So this is the question, what we have to do. Say, everyone. What do you have to do in this question? Can you tell me see, now I'm not giving any options over here. Thank you, Kaushal. Now think about it. What do you think it's going to be in this case? So they are find the dimensional formula of time. So let me tell you about this terms, Planck's constant. So we have already discussed about Planck's constant. While I was plotting a graph, if you can recall, in between energy versus frequency while teaching you Einstein's photoelectric equation in the context of equation of a straight line, isn't it? So what is it? So we need to find out the dimensions of each and every term. So first of all, let's try to start with Planck's constant, everyone. So for Planck's constant, what we can do, you know the formula very well, that energy is hf, isn't it? So if those who are able to get the answer, they can write it down over there, the chat box. Okay, I would like to see that who will be getting this. So this h can be written as what? Energy by frequency, isn't it? F is the frequency, everyone knows that F stands for frequency. This is a previous year JEE advanced question, everyone. Okay, so you can say that this was being asked in JEE advanced 2016, isn't it? So what needs to be done? Energy by frequency. So you will be getting these questions for sure, this type of questions. So energy dimension, you know that ml square t minus of 2, and what is frequency? Frequency is t to the power minus 1. So these are going to be the dimensional formulas associated with energy and frequency. So as a result, the Planck's constant dimensional formula is going to be ml square. 1 will be going over there, right? T to the power minus 2 plus 1. So as a result, the dimensional formula for Planck's constant is going to be equivalent to ml square t to the power minus 1. Okay, this is how you can find out the dimensional formula for Planck's constant. Now the next term is universal gravitational constant. How to deduce this type of expressions? That's the most important thing. So what we have to do over here is, you can write it down over here as, you know the formula. Once again we discussed about Newton's gravitational formula, Newton's force as well, right? Exactly. Shravan, okay, let's see Shravan is right or wrong. So universal gravitational formula, that is G, you know that F is equal to G m1 m2 by r square. That's Newton's law of gravitation, isn't it? R square. So G can be written over here as Fr square divided by m1 into m2. So what if I say that the masses are equal? If I say that the masses are equal in nature, then what is going to be the nature of the equation, everyone? So you can say that the dimensional formula associated with the universal gravitational constant, what is G over here? This G stands for the universal gravitational constant. So based upon this concept, what we can write it down over here? So this G can be written over here as F into R square, right? So you can say if the masses are like, so I can write down this G as Fr square by m square. Let's say that the force is the gravitational force of attraction in between two like masses. Okay, let's see Sanjana whether you are right or wrong. So G ka value kya ho jayega? G is going to be written as mlt minus 2 L square, isn't it, divided by m square. So G can be written as what? The dimensional formula of G over here is going to be equivalent. You can write down this as what? You can write it down. So G is going to be equivalent to m to the power minus 1, isn't it? L cube, it will become L square into, this is L1, right? L cube, this is going to be minus 1. L to the power 3 and T to the power minus 2. So this will be the dimensional formula of G, which is the universal gravitational constant. And last but not the least, if I try to find out the dimensional formula associated with the speed of light over here, then what is it going to be for speed of light? So you can just try to mark the sections over here. This is how we are trying to do, isn't it? This is how we are trying to solve this. So now for speed of light, you know that that's same as that of velocity dimensions itself. So you can write it down over here as Lt to the power minus 1. So what they are asking us in the question, they are asking us to find out the dimensional formula, the formula associated with time, isn't it? You can write down time over here to the LHS, will be some constant, isn't it? Planck's constant to the power A, let's say, into G to the power B, isn't it? Into speed of light to the power, you can say velocity of light to the power C. V is right, the speed of light. So we need to find out the dimensions equally. So now what needs to be done, everyone? I hope you are getting this. So now let's try to write down the exact expression. What we are having, time was there to the LHS, so it's a fundamental quantity, so I'm not going to be deducing. We won't be able to deduce furthermore, isn't it? But for Planck's constant, we are already having it, right, isn't it? So you can write it down it as ml square, some constant is there. What we are having, ml square t to the power minus 1 to the power of a. That's what it is. Now we are having for gravitational constant, which I already obtained, that is m minus 1 L to the power 3 t to the power minus 2 to the power b. And finally for the speed of light, which is Lt to the power minus 1 to the power of c, isn't it? That's what we are having it over here. I hope you are getting this one. If yes, give a thumbs up, hit the like button. Then we need to solve this. Then t is going to be equivalent to what? You can write it down. You can incorporate the powers ma L2a t to the power minus 2a, isn't it? Over here we are going to be having it as m to the power minus b, isn't it? And what else? L to the power 3b t to the power minus 2b. I hope you are getting this, everyone. Yes, I think so. Let's see what you are going to be getting it over here. 3b, this is 3, right? This is going to be 3 times of b, if you are able to see. And t to the power minus 2b, and over here what we are having, lc t to the power minus c, isn't it? A minus sign is there. So if you miss anything, the entire calculation will be wrong and I will be getting wrong answers. Wrong dimensions means wrong formula associated. So now what needs to be done, everyone? So you can rearrange the expressions. You can write down, you know that LHS is m0 L0. You know that the dimensions associated with mass and length to the LHS, which is the part of time, is 0 over here, isn't it? So now it's going to be equivalent to k. This is going to be what? ma to the power a minus b, isn't it? This after multiplying ma into m to the power minus of b. Over here what we are going to be having, multiplied by L to the power 2a plus 3b plus c, isn't it? And finally multiplying it with time, I will be getting t to the power minus 2a minus 2b minus c. I hope you are getting this. Now what we have to do, we need to equate mass, length and time. So if I equate mass, what I will be getting? A minus b is equal to 0. We can say that a is equal to b, as mark it as equation 1. Now if I equate, so I will write it down like this, equating mass, length and time on LHS and RHS. If I equate the length over here, then what I will be getting, if I equate the length, everyone, then what I will be getting, 2a plus 3b plus c, isn't it, is going to be equal to 0. I hope you all are getting this. So mark it as 2 because we are going to be using it furthermore. And if I equate time, then I will be getting something as minus 2a minus 2b, isn't it, minus c is equal to 1, which I can mark it as 3. So if a is equal to b, what we can do, everyone? Can you solve this? If a is equal to b, then can I get an equation? If I put equation number 1 over here, what I will be getting? Chaliye dekh ke karte hain over here. So let's try to do it like this. Putting 1 in 2, then what will be the equation will be becoming? So let's try to eliminate. We need to eliminate one of the terms. Okay, so can you find out the values of ABC? Write down the values of ABC, everyone, if you are getting it. If yes, and hit the like button as well. So what I will be getting, that 2a plus 3a plus c will be equal to 0, isn't it? So I will be getting it as 5a plus c will be equal to 0, isn't it? And based upon this, I will be getting some interesting equation, right, that c is equals to minus of 5a. We can mark this as equation number 4. C is equal to minus of 5a. So now we need to put equation number 4. We have to eliminate either of the terms. Let's try to eliminate a first and get the, let's try to eliminate b and c and try to get the value of a first. So now putting, if I say, if I am going to be putting equation number 4, isn't it, and 1 in 3 instead of a, instead of b and c, sorry, what I will be getting, minus 2 is there already. So b is equal to a, isn't it? We were having b is equal to a, isn't it? That's what I was having it over here in this case, isn't it, everyone? So we can write it down, minus 2a minus of 2 into A. And what is C? C is equal to minus of 5A. That will become minus minus plus 5A is equals to 1. What I will be getting, everyone? Minus 4A plus A is equals to 1. Right? क्या मिल जाएगा आपको? तो I will be getting A is equals to 1. So are you getting A as 1? If yes, give a thumbs up, everyone. I hope you are getting A as it's minus A. Why minus A, everyone? Where this minus A? It's minus A. It's minus A. Where it's minus A, where they were saying that? These equations are right, isn't it? A is equal to 1. Are you getting A as 1? Minus A. Minus 4A plus 5A. How minus A we are going to be getting? C is minus 5A, right? Over here we are getting it as 2A plus 3A plus C. That is C is minus 5A. Sir, minus A, not minus 2A for time. Minus of 2A. Which step you are saying? Which equation is it? Which equation is it? Time. Minus 2A. Okay. Let's see what we are having for time. We were equating it for time, right? Okay. So T to the power. You are right, my friends. It is minus A. Thank you very much. This is minus A. Yes, you are good observation. That is very, very good, everyone. That is minus A. सही जवाब. It is minus A. तो मेरा पूरा गड़बड़ हो जाता. I think so. Now you got this. So this is going to be minus A, isn't it? So this equation will change, nothing else. So what I can say, that is, we can write it down over here as minus A minus 2B, isn't it? That is the expression. Minus A minus 2B. Over here as well, it's a wrong thing. I will write it down minus A. Now it's correct. If yes, give a thumbs up. So minus A, right? You are having minus A minus 2B. B is equal to A plus 5A is equal to 1. So what I will be getting? Minus 3A plus 5A is equals to 1. So that is 2A is equals to 1. So A का value कितना आ जाएगा? Half. Right? I hope everyone's getting this time. That is 2A is equals to 1. Now it's clear. 2A is equals to 1. So A is equals to half. That's why it should be clear. Okay. Now you are getting, everyone, that A is equal to half. So B is going to be what? B also has to be half, because from equation number 1 I can say that B is equal to half. Now for C, you know that if I use this value, C is nothing but minus 5 by 2, isn't it? So A is half, B is half, C is minus 5 by 2. So what I can write it down? I hope you got this one. I think so. Some people were giving me the correct answer, that is h to the power. You can write it down, h to the power half, g to the power half, and v to the power 5 by 2, isn't it? So this will be the answer. I hope you got this. If yes, give a thumbs up, hit the like button. Good observation, everyone. It was minus A, I was writing it as minus 2A. Sorry for that. Right, c to the power minus 5 by 2 and g to the power half. I hope everyone's getting this. If yes, give a thumbs up, hit the like button, everyone. So now, this time, the one which is being given over here, this time is known as Planck's time. Okay. This time expression which I got, that is also known as the Planck's time. Planck's time. What is Planck's time? The time in which the Big Bang explosion happened, which created the entire universe. This is a fun fact which I am mentioning to you all, isn't it? Yes, minus 5 by 2 है ना? Minus 5 by 2, ठीक है, minus है, चलो. It's minus, right? We are getting this as minus 5 by 2. See the value of C. It's minus 5 by 2, and this is, so I will write down once again that A is equal to half, B is equal to half, and C is equals to minus 5 by 2. So this is minus, everyone. You can write this thing down as minus. So this is also known as the Planck's time. Okay. In a similar way, if I ask you to solve it, to find out the equal dimensions of length, can you find it out? Mark it as homework. Okay. Do it on your own. Isn't it, everyone? So that is it. That's it for today. Because now we are going to be having some sort of discussion. Some sort of chit chat, we can easily have it, right, everyone? So now you can ask, we are having 6 minutes, the final 6 minutes of this bridge course session. Everyone can put me any question, whatever you want. Okay, because now you people can mention your places. Where are you people from? Where are you staying right now? You can mention the state names over there. Because obviously this is the final class. After that we don't know right when we are going to be meeting, isn't it? So this is what your dimension analysis is all about. You need to know, you need to solve some questions based upon it. Yes, I watch IPL, Krishmant. I watch IPL, that's for sure, Hyderabad, okay. So you people are going to be joining Hyderabad itself, right? You can come to Madhapur, Vagdevi or Valmiki campus, we can meet over there, isn't it? Jalandhar, Daljit Singh Jalandhar se, acha. Vijayawada, it will be starting in the next week itself, everyone. Vizag, okay, East Godavari. Okay. Okay, great, Tamil Nadu, अच्छी बात है. All the campuses, all our Sri Chaitanya Education Institution campuses will be getting started in the next week itself for you guys. It's my pleasure, Venkateshwara Naidu. Okay, that's my pleasure for each and every one of you. Okay, great. So I would like to say you certain things once again before we end up this session, isn't it? Those things are very important. Try to study for 6 hours, minimum of 6 hours. Try to practice mathematics on a regular basis. Try to practice mathematics for 3 hours on a regular basis, regardless of physics and chemistry. Physics you need to solve for 2 hours every day. Minimum 2 hours, 3 hours should be given to maths because maths is really important. Maths is going to be unlocking your cerebral activity such that you can score maximum in these objective questions. For physics, you need to follow the objective material which is being given from our institution. Along with that, you can follow Cengage or H.C. Verma as your reference book. If you really want to learn more in physics, you can go for Physics Galaxy. Okay? And along with that, keep on solving the PYQs as much as you can. Let's say 50-60 PYQs should be solved, previous year questions. So that's the reason if you have seen that I have been following the PYQ questions mostly in this bridge course curriculum in order to show you the real life application. And along with that, you can solve the questions, the subjective questions of H.C. Verma as well. So along with that, I would like to say that enhance your study habit. Start with 6 hours, then go for 8 and then 10. If you join our Sri Chaitanya Educational Institutions, they will be making you study for 10 hours. You are going to be given study hours in the hostel campuses itself. So try to utilize it as much as you can. Don't get distracted. Do not distract yourself in any sort of unwanted activities because this age is really different as compared to whatever you had previously. So that's why I would like to say some more important things as well. Perhaps if you want to ask any question, you can ask. Okay. And yes, if you are, let's say that if you are solving questions, don't use phone. Don't try to see the solution of the questions. Once you try to solve 30, 45 questions at a stretch, then you can check the solution, do self-evaluation, and then you can assess yourself how far you have gone through, where do you stand after knowing certain topics in all the 3 curriculums of physics, chemistry, maths. Okay, everyone. Okay, Sukanya, it's something else because more or less my favorite cricketer is, there are several cricketers, not a single one, I will say. Michael Clark, Ricky Ponting, Saurav Ganguly, they used to be my favorite cricketers. I don't know whether you know them or not. At present, it's Travis Head, I will say. Nikhil. Yes, anything else you want to ask? I already said Nikhil, right? Who is my favorite cricketer? Same to you as well. Anything else you want to say? It will be offline, right, Nikhil? You have to I believe that you people have already enrolled into Sri Chaitanya, isn't it? Grishmant, my favorite bowler of all time is Brett Lee, if you might have heard the name. Currently, it's Pat Cummins and Jasprit Bumrah, right? It's my pleasure of teaching you all and guiding you in order to know the threshold, in order to crack JEE in advanced, isn't it? Anything else if you want to ask, you can say. From my language, I like, let's say it's, what to say about the language. Language is just an emotion, nothing else. When offline starts, offline will be getting started from the next week itself, isn't it? So those who are in Hyderabad, okay, or even if you really want to interact with me, if you want to take my personal advice, personal mentoring, then you can meet me over there in the Vagdevi campus itself. Vagdevi campus of Hyderabad, Madhapur. Okay, aerospace. What do you want to say about aerospace? Yes, I visited Tirupati, Venkateshwara Naidu. I know about Kadapa. I know about Tirupati. Favorite hero. Prabhas is my favorite actor, Nikhil. What else? I told you, right, in the end of the day I will be answering all the questions. Shinchan, okay. Of course I have to be married, right? I am married. Exact date we cannot say, right? Exact date, it's going to be informed by your principal, madam or the coordinator, madams or sirs, whomsoever you are having. If you are studying it properly, if you are solving a number of questions on a regular basis, let's say your target should be solving 50, not 50 will be too difficult, start with 30 questions. 20 questions, see 19 questions are asked in JEE Advanced in one of the papers. So let's say 19 to 2 is going to be 38. Try to solve 38, 40 questions. Okay, got it? Anything else? My birthday, okay, it's 13th of August. 13th of August, everyone. Yes, I watch anime. I watch Naruto, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z. I am from Ranchi, Jharkhand. Super junior of Mahendra Singh Dhoni. I am a student of JVM Shamli and an alumni of BIT Mesra, Birla Institute of Technology Mesra. I pursued engineering in the field of electronics and communication. Today is the last day of Bridge Course, right? So that's why we are discussing about all these things. Favorite team in IPL. So it depends. 10 years I supported RCB. Currently I am supporting Sunrisers Hyderabad. Already said, right, about the favorite hero. Dialogues I cannot say. Dialogues neither I know, isn't it? I already mentioned about my favorite hero, isn't it? Prabhas is my favorite hero. Yeah, I will be missing you guys as well. What else? My mother tongue is Bengali. Okay, what else? Yes, 10 years I supported RCB. Of course, the college will be starting in the month of May itself, isn't it? No, I don't have kids as of now. Where I studied in BIT Mesra, Ranchi, everyone. For that you require 99 percentile in JEE Main to get in order to get EC and CAC, I'm saying. Previously it used to be AEEE back then during our time. Can you prefer any other books for JEE? It's already said, right, Karthik? The other books which I have been preferring, like H.C. Verma, Singage, you can consider to solve some more questions. And PYQs, you need to solve. That's for sure. First, for this, there's a sequence. First of all, you should be going through the theory portion, whatever your respected sir, madam in physics curriculum will be teaching you. Then try to solve the PYQ, some basic questions and PYQs. If you are comfortable with that, then try to solve the Singage material or H.C. Verma. No, classes are not there from tomorrow. I already said Karthik. No, I don't see any other anime apart from Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super or Naruto. Oh, yes, One Piece. Yes, I've been watching One Piece currently. The Egghead series, isn't it? That cannot be given Lakshmi Kant Reddy, isn't it? Any? Okay, really great that college will be starting from June 2nd. So if the college gets started from June 2nd, you can practice the questions. You can try to practice the questions as much as you can. All the basic mathematics questions, vector questions, you can start solving from Cengage, H.C. Verma, Physics Galaxy, whatever is, or if you're having the material, objective material of our institution, then you can start solving that. Anything else you want to say, anything you want to ask? Any other books for JEE? That's what I said, right, Karthik? Other books, first of all, try to solve the subjective material, the one which you are having. Then you should be going for the other materials. No, Grishmant, I don't watch, I said you, right? So often that is a secret thing I cannot unravel, right? The salary part over here. And, I said, right, I am a fan of Prabhas. Obviously, I have to watch Telugu movies, isn't it? Telugu movies, but yes, it is going to be Hindi dubbed. How section are divided? Section means I didn't get you, Jamanna. You should be more specific. Series, that should not be our concern. Okay. Anything else you want to ask? Anything else? Once again, these things are confidential. It should not be mentioned, isn't it? So that thing means cannot be done, right? Dialogues and all, that cannot be given, isn't it, right now? Favorite student in online classes? All of you are my favorite students. All of you. I don't even know your names. Okay, some of them I must be thinking that it's an obvious thing. Some people are entering with anonymous names. So all of you who have been studying by me from the very first day when the bridge course got started, all of you are my favorite students. Yes, Demon Slayers I watched, Charan. Yes, I am waiting for the Infinity Castle, right? The movie which is about to be released. Yes, you are right. So that's once again personal thing. Nikhil, what else? What's your age? What do you think what's my age should be? I'm 32 years old. Okay, fine. Based upon your recommendation, I will definitely watch Solo Leveling. Anything else? Okay, fine then. What else? Anything else you want to ask? Okay, fine. I will watch Grishmant. Anything else? Prateek. Okay. Can't say about that as well. Okay. Didn't have any as such. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Sanjana. Yes, Prandan Makalam. Single, how can I mention Sukanya? All of you are my favorite students. One cannot be mentioned. Just follow the sequence, just follow the way, the methodology which I have been using to solve the problems. Then I believe that it will be easier for you to understand it in the upcoming context. Because let me tell you that the upcoming context after work power energy will be becoming a bit difficult. So the more you are having a better visualization power will be helping you a lot in order to understand the concepts of physics. Till rotational mechanics. See, rotational mechanics is not difficult. It is easy itself. It's about the way. It's about the method. That's what the most important thing is. It's all about. If you are able to visualize the situation, the way the rigid body is rotating, and how everything, all the phenomena are happening, then it will be very easier for you all to understand. Thank you, Shravan. Okay. So you can write your testimonies over there in the comment section. Okay, obviously I have to know about my feedback from your side, isn't it? The testimony, you people can write it down over there in the comment section, not in the chat box, I will say. Anything else? Just give me a moment. Let's see math sir is there or not.
Is in another studio, they're running the class.
Yeah, okay, say everyone. Yeah, math sir is waiting outside. Okay, so still we can have some conversation, even whatever you want. AI developer. What is AI developer? What you are trying to say? Yes, Venkateshwara. What is it all about? No, Nikita, I do not. Thank you often for the compliments. I said right, all the testimonies, whatever you are having, you can write it down over there in the comment section, because obviously it has been 26 days and I hope that you all really enjoyed those 26 days. Right? That's really great if you really want to enter into IIT Bombay, right? Isn't it? For that you require to study. Effective study for 6 hours minimum should be done. Effective, I'm using the word effective. Like 6 hours should be completely focused into studying itself. That's what I would like to say. Okay. Anything else, everyone? How sections are allocated? Sections are going to be allocated on the basis of the QTM and QMT and WTM examinations. Weekly tests and quantum tests I've already mentioned about our Super 60 batches in Sri Chaitanya, isn't it? Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, sure everyone. Which IIT is the best? All the IITs are the best. Okay, fine then. Had a very great time with you all. Okay. Had a really great time with you all. Departing right now. Remember my name, it's Avinav Banerjee for you. If you have liked my lecture sessions, like all the sessions, whatever I have taught to you so far. And don't forget to write your testimonies over there in the comment section of today's session or the previous lecture session. Try to work hard as much as you can, because I believe that each and every ounce of hard work will be giving you success in the end. So departing right now, it's Avinav Banerjee for you. Thank you very much. Good night, good evening.